Hi, I'm Alice Martini, lecturer in international relations at the Complutense University of Madrid and co-coordinator of the Iberian Network for Critical Terrorism and Security Studies. I'm here to present my new article, The Inescapable Future of AI-Enabled Security, Imagining Future Terrorism and Counterterrorism in UN Technocratic Governance. The article looks specifically at how AI is being imagined in relation to terrorism and counterterrorism within the United Nations system. Today, artificial intelligence plays an increasingly central role in global political debates. Governments, international organizations, and technology companies often describe AI as a transformative technology that will reshape economies, societies, and security. In the field of counterterrorism, discussions often focus on two questions. First, how terrorists might use AI in the future. And second, how AI might help governments prevent and counter terrorism. Rather than asking whether these developments will actually happen, my article asks a different question. How are these futures being imagined and narrated today, and what political effects do those narratives have? To explore this, the article analyzes two policy reports produced by the United Nations Counterterrorism Center jointly with the UN Interregional Crime and Justice Research Institute. These reports focus on the possible relationship between artificial intelligence and terrorism, and in turn, counterterrorism. The article draws on the concept of socio-technical imaginaries from science and technology studies and brought into critical security studies more recently. This concept helps us understand how collective visions of technological futures shape political decisions in the present, also in terms of security, a reason why critical security studies has been adopting it. What the analysis shows is that these reports construct a specific emerging imaginary linking AI, terrorism, and counterterrorism. First, AI itself is portrayed as inevitable and transformative. The reports describe AI as increasingly embedded in everyday life and developing at a rapid pace. At the same time, AI is framed as both highly promising and potentially dangerous. Second, the reports construct the idea of AI-enabled terrorism. Even though there is currently little evidence that terrorist groups are using AI in the ways that are described, the reports suggest that this is likely to happen in the future. Through examples, expert assessments, and hypothetical scenarios, they turn a speculative possibility into a plausible and measurable threat. Third, this imagined threat helps justify the need for AI-enabled counterterrorism. If terrorism is expected to become technologically advanced, then security agencies are presented as needing equally advanced technological tools. AI is therefore framed as an efficient and necessary instrument for anticipating threat, analyzing large amounts of data, and preventing attacks before they occur. Overall, these narratives create a powerful story about the future of security. In this story, AI appears both as a threat and as the solution. Terrorism becomes increasingly technological, and AI-based counterterrorism becomes not only desirable, but almost inevitable. A key argument of the article is that these narratives are presented as neutral technical expertise, but they are also deeply political. By framing technological adoption as unavoidable and urgent, they can depolitize important decisions about security, technology, and security in general. In other words, Imagine futures about AI and terrorism, and in turn counterterrorism, are already shaping how security is governed. The article, therefore, contributes to debates in critical security studies and critical terrorism studies, and slightly in science and technology studies, by showing how global security institutions participate in constructing technological futures and how these imaginary influence contemporary counterterrorism governance. Understanding these narratives matters because they shape which futures appear possible and which alternatives become harder to imagine. If you're interested in how technology, security, terrorism, counterterrorism narratives, and global governance intersect, I invite you to read the full article in Review of International Studies. Thank you.